Cody. I let him come back on. So for all you guys who are watching the replay, we are glad you are here. If you're watching this on another platform, this was originally Facebook Live. So for everybody on Facebook, hey. Anna Ralston, and Russell Ralston, maybe. Thinking about
I'm an old retired guy.
Oh my gosh. We are here with Facebook Live. If you're joining us live, say hey to us. Check in, let us know you're here, and feel free to ask questions anytime. If you are trying to quit, make sure you go check out our, we've made a playlist of all these videos so that you can rewatch them. I think it's called the Hang Tough playlist, something like that. Check it out. And we have been talking about, we've been going through the original Dip Stop program written by this guy.
Long
time ago.
That thing's becoming a classic.
Yeah, it's vintage.
So far.
You're not antique yet, just vintage.
Oh, okay.
So we are going through it. The last couple of videos, we started by talking about, just kind of walking through the book, talking about your self-talk, how you talk to yourself. Are you telling yourself lies or truth? And then we talked about cravings versus desires. Is it really what you want, or is it just what you want right now? And then the last video, we talked about counting the cost and tools for success. And tonight we're going to review some of that, and then we're going to talk about pitfalls. So we got Christian Cargile here with us. Needs a peach rough cut. We know, man. We know.
Well, get it, man. What's the problem? I don't see the problem.
I told him to get peach rough cut.
Peach rough cut.
BaccOff peach rough cut.
I'm sorry. We're working.
He needed to hear that. So thanks, Christian.
It's going to be slow because I'm retired.
Awesome. You're not retired. You got to stick around.
Dang.
For Christian, he needs peach rough cut.
I agree. You need it. I want it. You need it. You'll get it.
We're working on it hard.
Hopefully before I die.
Well, yeah.
Hopefully.
Don't be dying on me, okay?
I'll try.
All right. So.
Yes.
Let's talk.
She told me not to talk too much today, so I'll try to be good.
Y'all ask him questions. If you want to hear him talk, ask him
questions.
Yes, please. Okay, I thought we'd start by reviewing. So our last video is worth checking out because we had a train come through on the middle of the video. So I thought we would review just quickly some of the tools for success section that has the nice BaccOff clip art and some bar graphs for you. So what you want to take this one? You want to get started?
Tools for success.
Tools for success. So what do you need to succeed?
Resolve.
Number one tool is resolve. I mean, yeah, it's true.
You gotta commit, guys, and it's your choice. And so we had a meeting this afternoon with some other people that are into more heavy-duty addiction, and reminded everybody that our entire company exists because of addiction, basically. You know, we want to give folks good stuff that can help in that, but also that you can just enjoy it, like gum or candy or whatever.
Yeah.
But when it all comes down to it, it's about your choice. The end. And so once you choose, and I mean make a resolute choice, that's probably the most important thing you can have. And just like any other addict out there, sometimes it's a moment to moment, sometimes it's a minute to minute, sometimes hour to hour or day to day, but you come back to the choice. And that's probably your best tool for success. Now, BaccOff makes that a whole lot easier, okay, because it eliminates a lot of the oral fixation that other people don't have. So we have a lot of smokers come to us, and it's like, hey, quit smoking, start dipping, and we can help you.
We don't have any smoking alternatives. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I think that's definitely true. You know, BaccOff, like, we're not sitting there saying BaccOff will make you quit. Like, we are simply a a resource, a support, a tool for success. And so it is an alternative so that you can continue to dip, which is what you love, but you can give up the addiction.
Spit. Don't forget about spitting
Yeah.
on dogs and cats and
Oh my goodness. So anyway, I wanted to
making
say.
little kids go, so nasty. I'm sorry.
No, you gotta apologize.
Okay.
But I wanted to say Trevor popped in here and said he'd been dipping for 13 years. And so, I mean, that's, guys, like this, what we have found is, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but everything I've seen is it doesn't matter if you've been dipping for 2 years, 5 years, 13 years. We have guys a lot of times they've been dipping for 30 years, and they're able to quit. And number one, absolutely, it is that decision, that resolve. And number two, I think it's getting the support that you need. I think it's about being honest with others in your life. All the things I've said in the previous videos, like getting your mind, which is part of the resolve, is getting your head right in the right space. And then resources like the BaccOff boot camp and BaccOff itself.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool for me to see the boot camp deal show up on my Facebook all the time. Look, don't call me during this thing, okay? Hold on. All right. Popular guy. So it's been pretty neat to see the BaccOff boot camp because I see guys really, truly trying to encourage other folks, you know, and everybody's in the same boat. Everybody's the same, and like she said, it doesn't matter if you've been dipping 1 year, 20, 30, 40 years. It's all the same.
Yeah.
You know,
You
a nicotine addiction is an addiction, and sadly, we've seen kids 13, 14-year-old, you know, that are just as addicted as a 40-year-old, you know, because they've been doing a can a day or whatever it is, somehow.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Before we go over some, I wanted to repeat the information right here. But Christian is asking if we give tours. We do not give tours, but we've got some deer antlers over there. We got some duck pictures right there.
We're in my office.
Really green walls that have been here forever.
Well, you gotta show them the
Make
office
me look a
guy.
little sick. I mean, it's okay. We got a mess over this way. We have some BaccOff. We have the tractor outside, which is what he drove up on many times today. And we have the office gun, and I think we got like, what is this thing?
What?
That thing.
Spot and scope.
Yeah, that thing. Spot and scope. Should know what that is.
So is that a pretty good tour?
There. That's the tour for today. Anyway, okay. Woo, you guys are asking lots of questions. This is great. We'll take a couple more questions. Do you guys
I don't have
like
my glasses on, so I can't see them.
Trevor asked, do we have a natural BaccOff? We do. We have our original fine cut, which is going to be more like a Copenhagen silver lid, if that's what you like. It's our take on it. And then we have our classic natural pouches. It's a different take on that natural flavor, so we would recommend trying both of them.
Don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, it's that.
It's our rendition of a natural. So just like a painting, which I didn't paint this behind me, but you know, we decide kind of what we like in flavors, and that's our canvas, and we put it on there. So that is our natural. It doesn't. I can't say it compares to any particular brand.
That's just, yeah, to get you in the ballpark. That's kind of, yeah. But most guys, like, they're very pleased with it. So Ian's saying, thank y'all, as y'all's packability and the rough cuts are my fave. That's awesome. This guy right here, working hard at it. Okay, so we're going to go over.
She won't let me quit, y'all. Anyway.
This real quick, so tell them about the study that had BaccOff in it, and then we're going to move on to pitfalls, and you guys can ask some questions too.
Well, anyway, we had several studies. We had one that I thought was really funny that's not in the book. I'm just going to digress
We'll
a
just
minute.
go over that one.
One of our competitors paid to have us put in a taste test study. We didn't know about it. And so after the study was finished, we waxed everybody out there so bad that they didn't want the study, and so the people that did the study called us up. Hey, you didn't know this, but you were in this taste test, and here's the results. And it was funny. We whooped the dog out of them. Anyway.
But we're humble people, so we don't say that very often.
No. We are the best, and that's bar none. I don't care what y'all say.
I mean, we don't flaunt that.
We don't
We just
publish
let
that.
BaccOff. Yeah, we let BaccOff speak
So,
for itself.
no, we had several nicotine researchers approach us about doing some nicotine studies, and they're in the book. And for some reason, and nobody, even the researchers don't know why, but BaccOff was shown to reduce the stress of nicotine withdrawal more than tobacco itself.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, they don't know. And bottom line, we don't claim to get you off tobacco. We don't claim to do any of that stuff, but we can claim that it helps reduce the nicotine stress withdrawal more than tobacco itself. And so it's so important to, once you start, keep BaccOff with you at all times. And I'm talking now keep it around. I'm not saying you got to use it all the time, but keep it around for over a year at least, because the cravings will come back in cyclic way, or about every cyclical. They come back on you from time to time.
Yeah.
How about that? A redneck kind of version. And so you got to keep it around, because then it becomes your friend. So after about 2 or 3 weeks of having nothing but BaccOff, it starts to become your friend. Okay, and once it becomes your friend, then you go to it when you need help. But you don't have the nicotine drawing you in, forcing you to use more and more and more. So it kind of self-regulates itself.
Mm-hmm. So on that note, what we want to talk about tonight, before we keep talking too much, because we talk a lot, which is fun. And also, first, commercial break. If you want to hear us talking more and you want to ask us more questions, we are actually going to start a new Facebook Live series.
I hadn't heard about this.
Called Backcountry. Like it?
Backcountry.
With 2 C's.
Are we doing it on the tractor so I can finish what I'm trying to do?
And it's going to be us. We are just going to be talking about, we'll be talking some about getting free from addiction. We'll be talking about just our lives, ourselves, our deepest feelings. No, I'm just kidding. We'll just be chatting. And so you guys can hop in there and ask us any questions you want. So, non-BaccOff related, BaccOff related. It's going to be a good time. And we're going to,
Hadn't heard about this, guys.
It's coming to you. I think we're shooting to do the first one later this week.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anyway, and then, if guys, we're about to start talking about pitfalls and some of the triggers. He kind of already started talking about it. If this is speaking to you, or if you know somebody that needs to hear this stuff, go ahead and share it with them, because that is why we're here doing what we're doing. So, pitfalls. The first thing he has in his pitfalls section in the book is month 3, and that goes back to that word cyclical. Month 3 after you quit can be the most dangerous month, because the season's usually changing. So I'm seeing lots of thumbs up. So.
That's our theory, okay?
Yeah, it's theory.
I mean, it's a theory.
But we see it a lot.
We see it. I've watched it for 30 years, and people go through that god-awful month, first 2 weeks, first day. I mean, it's just rough, the first month for most people. And then all of a sudden, about the first of the month or month and a half, they go, I didn't think about it every second of all day yesterday, or I didn't even think about it this morning. And so you get that breath of fresh air, glimpse of, I can do this, okay? And so then you rock along doing better and better and better, and month 3 comes, and for whatever reason, my theory is the season changes, some new thing starts, football, baseball, hockey, whatever that is. I mean, whatever hockey
What do you guys fill in the blanks for us?
Yeah,
what are the
because-
hobbies that you find you really want to dip?
See, y'all already know. I mean, y'all already know what your triggers are. Sometimes it's driving, okay, going on some long trip, or just maybe you're a sales guy on the road and you just won't dip, you know. But then some change comes about. Hunting season comes in, fishing season comes in. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's got their own trigger, but you know what it is. You ought to be prepared for it. That's the bottom line. Be prepared. This is coming. Don't get caught.
Yeah, and that's what the boot camp's there, so that when you feel that, you have a support group to go to. Also, I mean, that's what, so this, like, you can have this, it's coming straight to your inbox, like, guiding you along the way. In this, he talks about, like, he being this person, like, making a list. Make a list of what are the daily triggers. So, like, when you're eating, or you're working, or you're driving, what are the seasonal triggers? So that way you can be prepared, because you've already thought this through, so you know it's coming. So then you can make sure you have your BaccOff, and you're in the boot camp, and you're ready to reach out for support. So, we got a couple. Dustin saying, when I'm in the deer stand, fixing to work, or do something at work. So, yeah.
So, this is a side note.
Okay.
I personally believe, guys, original mint rough cut is mask.
Well, this will be on we'll talk more about this on Thursday.
It masks scent, because I've watched it. But anyway.
Anyway, that's a hunting thing. So yeah, you might enjoy hunting more with BaccOff. Anyway, okay, so the last thing I want to cover tonight, and then we'll probably be signing off, is if you stumble, what do you do? What do you do if you fall into temptation? You know?
What do you do?
Well, I don't know. You already wrote it down.
It's your choice.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Do you want to jump back on and get going again? Or do you want to get up and just keep on the way you're going? Straight up, it's your choice.
Yeah. And I'd say get up and then act immediately. So as soon as you fall, like, don't wait around. Like, it gets harder and harder. It's like, act immediately.
Yeah,
reach out
because
for help. Start over.
So there again on the boot camp, I see people that they mess up. Okay, and guys are like, oh, but I'm starting over. You don't truly have to start over until you go for about 2 or 3 weeks of dipping, and then you just starting over, guys. That's all there is to it. And so remember the pain of the first week or two, and go, I don't want that again. Ooh, you ain't taking that butt whooping again.
Yeah. And then I'd say, like, and you said in here, listen to your self-talk and identify the lies. Focus on reality and truth, not lies. So it is, like, it's not, unless you just don't get up and don't act immediately, it's never truly starting all the way over, because you've already built all this groundwork of your resolve and your self-talk, and even like the list of your triggers. Like, okay, I knew this was coming. I should have known this. Okay, I'm ready for the next one. And so just going back to what you know, and plugging back in. And lastly, don't be this.
What's that, a dumbass? Sorry, guys.
Don't rebel. That's how he ends this section.
Have you ever seen an ass sitting on his butt? That's a dumbass.
So,
he's sitting down.
He said, Dad says, to quote you, weird, be free by choice. Only you can choose to quit. Only you can maintain your freedom. Only you can save your life. It's your choice. Choose freedom. Don't be that.
I didn't come up with clip art, by the way.
Anyway, well, I know, that's why it's clip art. I like it. Anyway.
Shawshank Redemption. Dumas.
Yeah. Alexander Dumas. Anyway, sorry guys, we digress. Anyway, you guys got any other questions for us? I know we've got several people on here. Lonnie, you've been chewing for 15 years and you need to quit. Yeah, man, we're here for you. There are so many people that are ready to support you, and We've got lots of resources. Check out the other videos we've done prior to this, and we've got a couple more coming. So yeah, we're here for you, Lonnie. And
While you look at the questions,
Yeah.
you know, it's funny that we want to pigeonhole dippers into a certain category of redneck and all this kind of stuff. You know, it's not true.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a redneck, no doubt, and a lot of you guys are too, and hunters and fishermen. But shoot, we've worked with bankers and lawyers and the kind of, some of the saddest ones are the preachers, you know, because preachers just are so eat up with guilt because of their addiction, you know. So Lonnie says, I've been dipping 13 years. Like, okay, you're no different than the whole rest of the big old crowd out there, and that's kind of important to realize.
To remember you're not alone.
Is that you're not. You've got a whole pile of people out there in the same boat.
And in almost 30 years, like, we've been able to see thousands of dippers
No, it's just
get free from addiction.
it's not not just thousands. It's
Anyway.
unbelievable.
All right, last comment from Matt Busbiz. Hey, man.
Hey, boy.
Another great father-daughter live session. Thanks.
Aren't we pretty?
Anyway, yeah. So if you want to hear us more, I'm going to drag him back on here later this week for our first episode of our Facebook Lives Backcountry. So, come join us. Ask us, think of questions.
Don't know what that's going to be like.
Me neither. Anyway, it's
it won't
been
be
fun,
scripted,
guys.
I promise you.
Yeah. We're too busy for that.
So
Anyway, hang tough, guys. Again, share this if it spoke to you. Join the boot camp. Get a subscription. Do what you need to do to get free. Not be the donkey. So, anyway. All right. Bye, guys. Y'all are great.
Bye.